Hey, 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 welcome back. Welcome back to the Virgo channel. My name is Laura. If you're new to the channel, I'm going to do a general message for Virgo. Know that energy is fluid. Roles can be reversed. Interpret the message as it best resonates with you. Also, know on this channel, I like to dive deep within the reading. So I do look at everything, but we take time to look at the spiritual blocks, the shadows, and see how they play out as karmic themes. This will allow you to understand why everything's playing out the way that it is. And if you're stuck in a karmic loop, which is just dealing with the same type of karmic theme that keeps you in a place of disempowerment or fear, well, we want to know how to break that. There's many different realities that play out at one time. Your level of consciousness depends on what you do. So these readings, I will tell you what's going to happen, but I will also intervene with some spiritual guidance. Why? Because again, if I see something bad, I'm not gonna, let you go for it. I mean, like I said, there's many different realities. If I'm your advisor, I should be advising, right? That's what the advisors used to do. They didn't just predict the future. If you were a good advisor anyway, like I said, there's many different realities. If you went left, you would meet different people, you would see different scenes. If you go right, obviously different from left. So you can see why doing certain things will change the scenario. Getting caught in a karmic loop because of behaviorisms and habits that you have. You're a magnet of whom what comes into your life. So you could be someone that really has a high vibration, but some of your behaviorisms are, survival. You're still in a survival mechanism because of an environment that you once lived in, and now you brought it into this. You never got rid of it. You didn't recondition yourself back to wholeness, and now you're attracting that same type of energy that's in alignment with the trauma of the past experience, right? So this is why we have to not just integrate the spiritual lesson, we have to transmute the negative energy. If you don't understand, just follow along. I promise you, you will. And if you want to enter into winning a free reading with me, you have to be open to getting a shadow reading. You have to be open to getting it live because all giveaway readings are done live. I believe in spiritual law, what's best for everyone. And you'll have to like the video, subscribe to the channel, and write the word of the video in your comment bar. The word of the video is always on the first card that I pull out, and it's the underlining energy that tells me why everyone's doing what they're doing. You know what? I want to use my deck. I just got my deck. It's a Psychic Soul Healer Oracle deck made for healing the shadow aspects of ourselves. And this comes with a workbook, which I don't know where it is. I should have it right here, but I don't. Disorganized. But it has over 100 different shadow healing exercises, teach you how to do psychic readings. It will help you how to deepen your meditation and reflection practices. And as you can see, the cards are a little bit bigger. See the themes on them, certain words like detachment and exquisiteness. And you could get a little vibe, magical realism. No, shadow cards. Great to work with when you're doing layering, like telling you the underlining energy of what's happening. So let's see. Let's see. Well, I just kind of wanted to fly out. I'm gonna Universal Panacea. I'm gonna put it over to the side. I like this card. You know why? You see that? That's a pill, and it's the magic pill that heals everything. There's no such thing. There sure is. It's called unconditional love. So again, that's kind of like the vibe. It just kind of flew out. And I felt like it was like I really didn't want that card to fly out because I really wanted to shuffle the card a little bit. So it's almost like whoever you're connected to, you're almost like, I wish I wasn't connected to them in that way. But I have to admit I am. And I feel like both parties have come to this realization. They're not fighting it anymore. It doesn't mean that you'll say that you'll be with this person. You're like, just, yes, I recognize it. I have unconditional love for this person, even though I don't like them. even though I don't like their character. And the person feels the same way about you, only they don't say that they don't like your character. They think that you're difficult. They think that just, that your energy is a little bit too big for them, you know. They want you to dummy it down. Not going to happen. The genius, and this is why. And the genius is the creative genius. That's the psychic part of self, the intuitive part of self. The intuitive part of self really is the higher self. The higher self is the God part of self. The God part of self is what is made up of universal energy, and universal energy is the energy of unconditional love. However, you're in this energy, the genius, where I believe that you're creating, and this is always your energy. You always like to be interactive with people. You're always very sociable. You always have a lot of friends. People just happen to like you. Like you have a bright light, but you're a creative type person. So you'll always like help out with any fundraiser, any event, anything that's going on. Plus, you have your own talents, your own things. Doesn't necessarily mean that you're a painter or creative. Remember, creative genius is that. It's that psychic part of self that mastery comes in doing. The more you do something, the more you become it, the more easier it becomes. So if you're a gymnast, you're a gymnast that practices all day long because you love it. So when you watch a gymnast and you're like, wow, they make it look so easy. Well, it's because they've done it over and over and over and over and over to the point that they've kind of conditioned themselves. And when you're in that place of unconditional love, you're letting the higher self, the God part of self, flow through you. So when you're in this high vibration, people are noticing, saying, hey, there's something going on. And it's of a very high vibration, which is unconditional love, which I'm feeling is making a person that's connected to you that, again, is like, I don't really want to be connected to you. It's like, but I can't help it. It's like, I don't want to like have these feelings for you. I don't want to be in another relationship. Relationships just don't work out for me because there's something wrong with me, which again is out of alignment with, again, this energy. So again, that's the resistance. So we know when we're in a place of unconditional love when we come to a place of surrender. And we have to come to a place of surrender for it to do healing, as well as to be vulnerable enough to let people in, right? So I believe that your person, the person that's connected to you, doesn't like believes that they're off in that area. They feel disconnected from themselves. They feel like no one likes them, and that's because they don't like themselves. And so here's this energy of you again, and that's unconditional love. So there's a pull, like when you like just can't help it. So again, the genius in this because you're in this high vibration. Look at that. The creative genius, and that's our mind. If you can imagine it, you can create it. It's the porthole to being able to manifest, and you're someone that is able to manifest easy. So you get noticed. You're making things happen. It's a high vibration. People like to be around that. You make people feel good also because you're in that vibration. However, when we were dealing with this person, let's see, let's choose a different deck. Let's do a little different. Because I got my deck, so now I have to, incorporate it. Otherwise it gets left out. And it doesn't like that. If cards could think. Cards could feel. When you're a feeling person, you tend to like, again, always think about that kind of stuff. That's not the person that you're connected to either. They don't feel. See where I feel like you do feel. And you feel deep. So, but dealing with this person, they always knew that you were a soulmate. You see this? Sacred geometry. You see that wisdom? The wisdom is, I don't know. I just know. Doesn't make sense. No, it doesn't logically make sense because you're not my type. No, you don't do what you should do. You don't make it easy. It's difficult. I don't want to deal with this, but I can't help it. That's the energy there. So this person always knew. There's a part of this person that, like, again, feels inadequate. Whenever I see perfection, there is no such thing as perfect. Only God's perfect. We shoot for excellence. We have our own unique style through the creative genius, right? It's our own unique identity. This is why in the Bible it says no one can take what's yours. No one can take what's yours because when you're in this creative genius, you're living your bliss and it's an actual unfoldment process where you are co-creating with the universe. So again, you're getting a lot of attention. And again, so it seems like it's perfect to this person and to everyone that's watching, just the same as when we look at like a dancer or in like an acrobat or what did I say before? Gymnast. Like it makes it look so easy. It's like, wow, they do it so perfect. And then you try and do it and you like break your ass, you know? I mean, it's like it didn't look like that, just like how a drawer or a painter, it just flows from them. Well, it's again, it seems perfect. So you seem perfect to a person that feels inadequate. And that's really, again, what it is, because there's no such thing as perfect. We shoot for excellence and understand our excellence is our uniqueness. Where if this person that you're connected to, again, feels inadequate, and that's because they don't know who they are. And that happens when we take on the role of I am my shame, I am my guilt, I am not good enough, I am not lovable, I am due to the experiences that this person has lived, which has made them very logical and analytical. The survival mind. What I see is what I know is what I believe, just the facts. I don't want to get caught up in the feelings. It's like I don't want to, they're not reliable. That's this person. However, if we shoot for perfection, we'll always fail. It's a known fact. That's a self-sabotaging mechanism, perfectionism. Spirit says, you got to just keep doing it and doing it and doing it to get over the anxiety. That's for anyone out there that's trying to become something and you're getting stuck. And I can't find my style. Spirit says you're getting in your way. Get out of your head. That's what happens. You're in your head, you're overthinking, you're overthinking. It's again, don't do my job, the universe says. Do your job. Be like childlike. Have a good time. Get in the love. Be loved. Give and receive of love through your free will. Do it every day, at least a mustard seed's worth. And I guarantee the universe will make it multiply. Understand? This person gets in their own way because they were taught wrong. You know, they were taught trying to, again, come from the analytical mind. That's very controlling. It's, you don't feel safe. It's because you're trying to figure out things before they actually happen. And only in the now do you get divine guidance through gut, intuition, inner knowing. And we all have that divine being inside of us, all of us, you know. Attachment, addiction. And this is what the problem is. Your person feels so inadequate. They always have attachments. That's what happens, you see? Like, and this person sees you as like, hey, you're perfect and you're just make everything so easy, but you're co-creating where this person is not. They've taken on their identity as shame. Because whenever I see perfectionism, well, again, that means you're overcompensating. It's a second chakra imbalance. You're overcompensating for the lack of what you feel, which is why this person breadcrumbed you. See, again, they overcompensate, undercompensate. There's no balance. They don't know how to go with the flow of life. And that happens again through the co-creation process. It happens only when we're grounded and letting, doing what we love and then, listening to our gut, our intuition, and connecting to people on a deep, intimate level. This person doesn't want to feel their emotions. So intimacy is just not going to happen. Intimacy at its core level is trust. This person does not go with the flow. They got to control. You're a little bit too much for them. You scare them. I can't control you. I got to be with someone on a lower vibration, but because I have been, well, life looks like shit. Because people on a low vibration, it doesn't mean that they're not going to try and get what they want. They're just going to do it underhandedly. Where someone on a high vibration is going to tell you straight to your face. Is going to say, hey, this is what it is. So the person can't lie. They can't do all the shady shit that they're used to doing to navigate, because that's what this person does. Anytime you see attachment, that's what it is. Because what you're seeing is dependency. So the lack that I feel, and it doesn't feel good. So I have to do outside things to make myself feel better, to create the balance. So I got to, drink a little too much. I got to smoke a little too much. I got to, do dirty a little too much. Whatever, I got to do party time a little bit too much. I got to escape. So here we see also, when you see attachment, we're also going to see avoidance style. I believe this person thought you had an anxious attachment style. It's someone that's very nurturing and loving, and they seek people out that, are going to be givers. Someone's got to give, and it sure as hell ain't this person, because they have a closed heart, grumpy pants. That's the energy there. Because again, imagine a person that has no emotions. Dry. So dry and not fun to be around, especially if they're going to try and be perfect all the time. So that's why this person feels inadequate. It's like they're getting in their own way. Meanwhile, they're doing all these behaviorisms to overcompensate for the lack. And so again, having to connect to people on a lower vibration. So again, makes them feel better about themselves, makes them feel superior. They can't feel superior around you. That's a problem. It's like conquest. This person is like more about quantity instead of quality, because it's what it makes them feel good. So having you around, well, that kind of just gets in the way, because you're everything that I don't want. But the divine says otherwise. Says, well, it doesn't matter what you want. You're out of alignment. And you'd be like, so you're bringing me the most broken one? Well, we'll get to that, Spirit says. Believe me, there's a reason why you're getting the IKEA brand. And the IKEA brand is missing like half the, the bolts and shit. And, it's missing half the stuff. And you can't read the directions because they're in a language that you don't speak. It made you angry. That's what it would do. It's like, and that's because this person's angry. And it's, again, a person that has shame for long periods of time and has to suppress their emotions with liquid courage and has attachments and has to elevate themselves. You better believe they're angry. That's out of alignment with the laws of God, the laws of love, the laws of the universe, and the laws of nature, which, by the way, are all the same thing. It's the same energy that's inside of you when you're balanced. This person is not balanced. They're up in their head. And we can see they don't know what the hell they're doing. Because again, they're so traumatized. They've brought their trauma into every single relationship. So can you imagine the baggage? The garbage man has not come in about 50 years. And there's a lot of garbage. Because this person just, the baggage never integrates, never reflects. So imagine the hole that this person feels inside of you. right? That's what it would feel like. It'd feel like I'm empty. I'm missing something. I'm missing something. I need to fill it, but no matter how much I fill it, it's never full. It's an empty well, which is why this person needs to have a lot of conquest, a lot of people, again, because no one's going to fill that. And what happens is, again, you get tired of the illusions. And this person you saw, all you do is create illusions, but I can see that they're illusions because I'm a real person. And real people, they're again in this high vibration. And so they have good discernment. Why? They're not so close up to the picture where you don't see the detail, right? I see it. I see it because, I'm balanced, so I could see the illusion. I could see that the mask, like, I don't really understand why you're doing it. So you can feel the energy starts to get real, like, funky because that's how this person really feels about themselves. It's a very like low vibration, and it's because they need to do healing. That's all that that is. It's like over time it doesn't heal itself. This is what I call spiritual disease, by the way. When a person starts to hate themselves, you can't hate yourself. Again, that's going to make you feel like shit. And remember, birds of a feather flock together. So, going to attract people on this vibration. Boundaries. So, it's again like you constantly put boundaries up and you felt like your boundaries were constantly crossed, and that's disrespected. And that's what I'm telling you. You made it difficult for this person. I just wanted to look and see what other triggers you had. Avoidance, like I said, the avoidant attachment style, that's the runner. So again, which we know because all that garbage is smelling up, it's like it's the all that needs to like heal, and they don't. They just go into a new relationship, and here you are with all this high vibration. So of course they're like, you know, want to control. That's what it would be because the person's not balanced. So it's like I see you as like mine. I see you as more of control. So it's either you have an avoidance style, but when they need something, it's very controlling. So it's a very narcissistic energy. The avoidance style, someone that's going to um, downplay your feelings, someone that's not really in a relationship with you. And the reason why is because, they don't even know who they are. They really need to do healing. Now, even though we see this, that doesn't mean that this person doesn't have feelings. Again, we see that they do. So I always like just because I like to see what this person's the hidden truths are. I also like to see what what's the whole purpose of the relationship. Is there a higher meaning to the relationship if the person's this broken, aside from the healing, that our own individual healing, because you're a magnet of whom what comes into your life. So there's a reason why bad relationships happen. A lot of people don't understand why. We need to learn how we contribute to the undesirable life experiences so that we can integrate and transmute the negative energy. Otherwise, you will still attract the same thing into your life. So, we're going to see the hidden truths first with this deck, the actual hidden truths. And then we're going to look and see what is there like a bigger purpose? Does a person just feeling a lot? Because sometimes it's a relationship just makes us go inward to make us think and feel about things that are irrelevant to the relationship, but bring up our own shit, you know? So we have to see. I hope that you can forgive me one day. And this person is like full of shame. but that's all that they do. They create their shame. So they're like, they don't think that anyone could forgive them because why? I wish I had treated you better. Yeah, they see that you're not playing around. They see it. They're like, I want to be more than friends. So that's the thing. This person has even thought about coming back and being like your friend, but they don't know how to do that. They don't know how to, because first of all, they have such an attraction to you. Second of all, this person doesn't have friends. They're not even a friend to themselves. So they're like, I don't even know how that would be. I would probably cross the line all the time. I feel like, I mean, I don't even know how to do that. But maybe, maybe if you would take me back, even just as a friend, which is like amazing that this person is even looking at that. But again, they're coming to a place of surrender. That's how this reading started. It's like, I don't really want to, but I can't help it. I regret lying to you. Like this person's in a lot of regret in this. Also, like if anything, I feel like they're like, I just need to, I admire you. I admire you because you showed me you were true to me. Like you weren't a low vibration. You didn't try to manipulate me to get what you wanted. I projected a lot of shit onto you. I'm seeing that now because you're not chasing after me. You're not manipulating me. You're not doing anything. I said I didn't want this and you released me. It's like I'm still sitting here holding on to you. And now I'm looking at like how I treated you. And it's because that's how this person, they go into relationships with low vibration people. So just because they're low vibration, they don't might not have a lot of money, they perceive as weaker because they're really nice. And, they put this person on a pedestal. It's, you know, it's not real. It's not real. It's those people, again, that they don't have anything. Um, they haven't created their own life, where here it is, you're in the creative genius, you're creating your life, so you're balanced, you have discernment, where the people that they wind up with, they don't have anything going on, so they're looking for someone to become their life. And that's why when your person plays little games with those people, well, there's consequences. And that's why this person's like, well, relationships just don't work. No, they don't work, not the way that you're doing it. It's like you don't go for people on the bottom of the barrel just because they're easier and you feel like you can control and they don't have an opinion. Because guess what they do? They're just not being true. I knew exactly what I was doing, and they did at the time because they were shady. It's like, I talk to a lot of people. I'm the one that sabotaged this. It's like I know what I did, and that is what's eating them away. It's like in their mind, they're like, they can't stand the fact that you see them like from this perception, and they're looking at you in such a high vibration, and you have people around you. You're doing things. Your life is working. This person's life is not working. So it's like I had this connection. I deliberately gave it nothing because, relationships just don't work out. I treated you really badly, but really it's the way that I conduct relationship. I projected a lot of my shit onto you. That's what I see. So that's why this person feels really bad about what they did. They're like, I feel really bad. So we have to say, are they going to do anything? Because I feel like, this person would like to be friends. I know in my heart we'll talk again, and it helps me. Let's keep working on us. So it's like this person like knows in their heart, it's again, if either we're gonna be together, we're gonna talk, it's like it's not the end because I still have feelings for you. I still have feelings for you. And because I still have feelings for you, I know how you are. Like you wouldn't be an asshole to me. You wouldn't be like it because that's not who you are. You weren't that way when I acted like an asshole. Why would you act that way when I'm nice? It's like it's again, it's because of who you are. One of us is sad or angry and is creating an energetic match and frequency with the other. So again, this person tries to tap into you, and I think in their mind, they think, you know, maybe you're angry at me. I feel like they get angry and they again of project a lot of their wounds onto you. So again, they feel really bad about the way that they treated you. So they would assume that, you're angry or you're sad. But I feel like this person's coming out of that, to be honest with you. There's a part of them that it's not saying what they're going to do. I'm going to pull from another deck and ask again one more time. Are they going to plan on doing anything? Because like I said, I feel like they want to be friends, but again, maybe they're just, you know, um, too insecure. But let's see. And I say that you say, well, why even ask? Because are they going to continue their healing? Understand this person actually coming to you and apologizing shows vulnerability. So I would understand the point of this connection, even if you two weren't together. It's that the divine used you to help this person dive deep within inside of themselves, well, which we do see that, but we still haven't seen them surrender their ego yet. So it's again grounded, stable. Yeah, like this person sees you as grounded and stable, but I feel like this person's stubborn. So I feel like there's not going to come towards you for a little bit. I don't. It's like because of the way, even though that you are a soulmate, it says it there again. So it's not that you're not a soulmate. It's that this person, they know that they have to communicate. They know that they have to communicate. And I feel like this person has a very hard time communicating. Again, they've never felt these emotions, they've never healed, they're maybe going deep. So it's not that they don't want to. It's almost like this person needs to figure it out. However, do they think that they'd see you again? Yeah. Would you talk to them again? Yeah. I just think that they don't know. And I'm going to leave it like that. They don't know. They would like to fix it, but they don't know if they can fix it. So, and it's really just because this person's on a much lower vibration than you are. And it's because they haven't healed. So we have to say, but then why did you attract this person into your life? Well, understand there's a reason. Believe me. The divine says, well, there's a reason. Again, especially if they triggered the shit out of you, which they did. You're like, yeah, this person like didn't let me in. They played a lot of games. It's again, I didn't really understand what the whole point of the connection was for me. And so Spirit says for cleansing, number one, and cleansing, if again, you might have grown up in an environment that you were not able to get love. Cleansing is just cleansing of the old spiritual blocks. And the spiritual block in this instance, this person kind of made you feel like not good enough or tried to make you feel that way. However, they weren't able to make you feel that way, but they tried to. They also tried to make you be codependent. They also tried to make you part of their conquest, and none of that happened. So I feel like you cleansed yourself of the old version of yourself where you might have gone and been like codependent with this person, the old version of you, and trying to help this person. When really what you saw is I have discernment and I know that I can't help this person. However, this person does admire you, there is love. Sing. Again, to find your own voice, to find your own style, your own unique individuality. And I feel like, and I say that because God created the world with its voice. You too can create the world with your voice. And I'm feeling that, again, you are in this very high vibration. You're creating right now. You're finding your style. Part of that needs to happen in order to cleanse the old you. Remember, I said it's not just about the integration of, hey, I understand the spiritual, lesson, and the spiritual lesson is this person tried to make me feel like I was less than. However, I know that I'm not. The old me would have went on a rescue like mission for this person. I know that I can't do that. It doesn't do anything. I put the energy into myself. So you're creating a new self, which is the cleansing process, which is actually also the transmutation process. Because you have to say, well, what do you do with the negative energy? If someone made you feel not good enough and you were the healer and then always victimized because you were the healer, well, again, they would cause a lot of rage. It would cause a lot of anger. So again, that would have made you a vibrational resonance with this person because of old perceptions, even though you're like, I'm not that person, and I know that I'm not. Spirit says, yes, but you didn't transmute the negative energy. So you are still a magnet to that energy. You have to do something with the energy. You have to alchemize it. It's creative energy. That's what that heavy energy is. Emotional energy is supposed to be channeled into purpose. That's why our emotions need to flow through us. This person, again, has addictions. They're suppressing their emotions. You can't do that. You have to, again, let your emotions flow through you to work through you because, again, when you're breathing the prana, again, that's the energy of spirit. That energy works through us. It oxygenates our blood, and keeps us healthy, but it's also so that we can create again through the creative genius. So that again, you become the energy of unconditional love, which is actually the magic pill, which is actually making this person heal themselves. Doesn't mean you're going to be with this person, but you had feelings of feeling unworthy, and that's what I said that this person made you feel because again, they were trying to do that. It just didn't work. Might have worked for a second, but then you were like, oh no, I need to take off the funhouse glasses. I'm wearing, the mirrored glasses that when you look in the mirror at the funhouse, well, I have glasses like that, and I'm seeing everything distorted. Let me take those glasses off because that is not me. And Spirit says, so cleanse it, cleanse it. We cleanse it by becoming unconditional love, by doing what you love. Again, and that is your style, through your voice. So again, to manifest. See, this person's got to see up close and personal what it looks like to be with somebody that's on a high vibration. And they're saying, I said, I could probably make that work. I could have made that work. That's not this person. They're not chasing me. They're not like doing that. Imagination, God's saying it's again, remember, if you can imagine it, you can create it. Spirit says, be like childlike. That energy where you just again going out and exploring and you don't know what you're doing, but you're again finding yourself, creating yourself. It's an unfoldment process. And that's how we open up our imagination. What we see here is a lot of transmutation energy to transmute the energy of feeling unworthy. This person made you feel unworthy, but that's how they feel about themselves. That had nothing to do with you. Two more. Guidance, no guidance. And Spirit says, oh, well, I'm your father. Spirit says, it's not just a father, ancestral father. It's a father that's the universe, like again, the earth, God, Mother Nature. is also your parent. Everything that you need is out in nature, that you're born with all the tools that you need to create. However, someone didn't see that when you were growing up. And so it made you feel unworthy. So again, you had these blocks of unworthy. So again, giving your time to this person and they would have kept you in that place of feeling unworthy. But you were like, that's not who I am. And Spirit says, no, no, you know already you've been co-creating for a while. It's again, it's dance, which goes with sing, which is goes with again being out there and having a good time and going with the flow. I always say dance is that, right? We find our rhythm, we find our style, we're able to speak our truths, we're in alignment, you see? We're in alignment with the laws of God, the laws of love, the laws of nature, and the laws of the universe, which are making the divine able to work through you. So you're co-creating at such a high vibration. And like I said, you're teaching this person how to be through your life. For you, it was just about cleansing those old wounds that you healed in your mind, but you didn't. Spirit saying, well, I need to see something. I don't care that you healed it in your mind. It's like, well, I want to see the manifestation. I want to see like the contribution to humanity. I want to see what did you make it into? It's like that dog shit in the corner is not a table. It's like you gotta do something with the energy. It's like gotta make something, create something. Otherwise, it just stays as negative energy that we're holding on to, even though we are not that anymore. And that's what Spirit's saying. It's like you needed to see it for yourself. That's part of cleansing it. It's embodying the new consciousness. So you can see it, so you can see yourself different. So you see a different outcome. And I'm going to leave you with one more card. And that's always what the card from the universe. What does the universe tell us to do? What does the universe tell us to do? And what it tells us to do is listen to life. Continue to listen to life. That's how we live our bliss, right? I am attentive to the world around me. Why? Because the universe brings you people, situations, and experiences that change your mind and your heart, that allow you to create yourself. Remember, when the student is ready, the teacher appears. So don't worry about how am I going to do it. Spirit says, just be like childlike. Don't do my job. The universe tells you how it's going to happen, and that is just between you and the divine. And that's an unfoldment process that no one can take what's yours because it's happening and you're doing it, you're becoming yourself. And again, no one can take that exquisiteness away. So Spirit says you have to listen to life. That's listening to, to feel right, but does it feel wrong? Because you already are in a high vibration. So you know what's not of that vibration. And it says, signs and symbols guide me to success, right? When the student is ready, the teacher appears. When I'm grounded in my body and giving and receiving of love and being guided through the gut intuition, like I said, giving and receiving of love, I can see the opportunities. I can see how that would happen. And oh, I just knew that. I don't know how I knew. And Divine says, you knew because I told you, it's co-creation process. You're always supported. I listen and discover the way to the eternal, everlasting life. And that is, again, when you are doing what you love and becoming what you love, you're entering into the kingdom of heaven. And that is also where, you get to just, there is no money. The money is like, it comes easy because you're abundant. You're at the highest vibration. there are no problems. Heaven is different for everyone, but heaven usually means there's no problems financially, there's no problems within your relationships. Like you see everything through the lens of unconditional love, which is actually what this card here is all about. Universal panacea. And Spirit says, when you listen to life, that already happens. It'll guide you. It'll guide you through everything. You don't need to figure things out. You just have to become yourself and understand if you go in the wrong way, well, the universe is gonna support you. It's gonna continue to support you, but you got to do the work. God helps those that help themselves. Remember that the universe will always conspire to bring you what you need. I'm going to leave that there, Virgo. I love you guys. I'll talk to you soon. Bye.